What's up, traders? Welcome back to the stock market summary series. The weekend is over, and we've just cracked into what's shaping up to be another exciting week in the market.
It's already starting out that way.
Yeah, today delivered a really convincing bounce after Friday's mixed rotation.
Right, and it feels like that blowout durable goods print was the trigger.
It just gave the bulls the green light to push higher. We've got the Dow closing in on the $496 resistance level.
And the QQQs are eyeing a run at that $430 level.
And we have to talk about metals. They ripped higher, but then just fell hard. Left some pretty big wicks behind.
Oh, yeah. Capitulatory wicks. We'll get into that.
We're going to break all this down, but first, just a quick reminder for anyone new.
Right.
Please know that none of this is, buying or selling advice. We're just calling what we see in the charts as things develop.
It was definitely a green light day, but you have to look under the hood a little.
Okay.
While the headlines are cheering the bounce, it wasn't universal. Small caps are still struggling to find their footing.
So what was driving it then?
The real engine today was actually the U.S. dollar, the DXY.
Right. For those who don't watch currencies as closely, explain why a dropping dollar gives stocks such a boost.
It's that classic inverse correlation. When the dollar weakens, it generally eases financial conditions, helps exports.
And that gives stocks room to breathe.
Exactly. The DXY dipped, and that gave equities, especially big tech, that room. But we all know what we're really waiting for.
Wednesday.
The interest rate decision.
That's the real catalyst.
It is. We are sitting right under these massive resistance levels on the indices. The market is basically asking, is the Fed going to give us the juice to break out?
Or are we going to slam into this ceiling?
And reject hard.
Yeah. Okay, let's look at the sectors. Financials, XLF, we were talking about this one last week.
We were. It was testing a critical trend line support. I mean, if that had broken, would have signaled a genuine crack.
A crack in the whole economic narrative.
For sure. But it held. And the fact that it respected that support suggests the smart money isn't ready to bail just yet.
And on the flip side of that, you have energy, XLE.
Now that is an interesting chart. The monthly view is threatening to break a really long-term resistance line. If XLE closes above that.
Wow. We're not just talking about a good week then.
No, we're talking about releasing all this pent-up energy for a potential multi-month bull run.
See, that's the tricky part, though. Knowing the difference between a trend line that's holding, like in financials, and one that's about to break, like energy, it takes some serious discipline.
It's all about technical awareness and, smart position sizing.
Yeah.
It's actually the core of what we teach in the Grok Trade Mentorship program. It's that structured coaching to build a professional edge.
Right, helping you navigate these exact setups.
Exactly. We provide that guidance until you recoup your investment and then some. You need that structure when the macro data gets loud.
And speaking of loud data, those durable goods orders, they beat expectations today. That was a bit of a surprise.
A big one. It signals that businesses are still spending money. That macro boost is what gave the technical bounce its legs today.
Okay, just a quick reminder again. If you've got a stock you're watching or a question about the markets, please do drop it in the comments.
Yeah, we want to know what you're looking at.
It helped us make these summaries more relevant, and we'll do our best to talk about what we see in a future episode.
And as always, drop a like if you appreciate these summaries. Click subscribe too.
Let's talk about the weirdness in crypto. Bitcoin is up 1.3%, but you don't seem convinced.
I don't trust it. It feels like a trap. We saw Bitcoin pop, sure, but look at the structure of it.
What do you see?
It broke out of that consolidation range and then immediately started setting lower lows.
You called this a death hook in your notes. What's that mean?
It's a psychological fake out. The price pops just enough to get the bulls excited and chasing the trade.
And then it reverses hard.
Hooks them right into a losing position. The chart just looks heavy to me, despite being green.
Okay, and then metals. Holy cow. Gold and silver futures went parabolic and then just crashed.
Imagine a rubber band being stretched too far.
That's what it looked like.
Yeah.
So the capitulatory wicks you mentioned? Break that down.
You see a massive volume spike. That's the panic buying, followed by a sharp rejection. It leaves that long wick on the candle.
So it means everyone who wanted to buy has already bought in?
Pretty much. The
Yeah.
momentum is just exhausted. It's often a really clear sign of a short-term top.
So a wild day to start the week. Blue chips and tech held the line.
But small caps lagged, and metals basically burned themselves out.
That's the rotation game. The question is, how are you playing it? Are you leaning into that potential energy breakout?
Or are you waiting for the dust to settle after the Fed on Wednesday? A lot to think about.
Have a great rest of the day, and we'll catch you in tomorrow's market summary.